So before we can dive into project service automation in Dynamics 365, let's just discuss what is a project. So according to Project Management Institute, a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or results. So let us just understand a few words from this definition. What is temporary endeavor? A temporary endeavor means that a project will have a start and an end date. So a project cannot just keep on going. In case it just keeps on going, it's not called a project, but an operation. So it's very important that you understand what is a project and what is an operation, because only then you will be able to decide if you want to use project service automation. Also about unique product, service, and results. So a new product can be like building a time management software, which is like unique for a particular customer. A new service can be like implementation of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. Now, you may implement the same Business Central for different customers, but the parameters would be different. So in a sense, they are all unique projects. And improvement to an existing product or service can also be considered as a project, because new feature additions are being done on an existing implementation. And by producing a unique result means, like, for example, creating a document explaining how the Business Central purchase process works for a particular customer. So you would be using the examples for that particular customer and his business. Now, following are some parameters based on which you can differentiate and understand how you can use project service automation for your project. So on the left hand side, you can see the parameters: duration, output, purpose, and end. And if you ask question about these parameters, then you will be able to differentiate if it's a project or an operation. For example, duration for a project is temporary. That means it has a start and an end date. So it can be like implementing Business Central application for a customer. So you will have a start and an end date. And operation, for example, is always ongoing. So for example, car manufacturing company which produces car all the time. So it's an ongoing process. And regarding the output for a project, is always unique. For an operation, it's repetitive. That means in a production line, the car is getting produced day in and day out. As far as the purpose is concerned, the purpose of a project is to create a unique product, service, or a result. Whereas for an operation, the purpose is to sustain the business. And as far as the end is concerned, the project ends when the specific objective are attained. And for an operation, you adopt a new set of objectives and the work continues. So it's an ongoing process. Now you can say that, when a new model of a car is introduced, of course, it is done from time to time to sustain the business, because they want to keep the customers engaged. So when a new model is introduced, that whole process can be termed as a project. But once it comes into production, that's an operation which just keeps on going. I hope you now understand what is the difference between project and an operation. And once you ask the question on these parameters, you will be able to define if it's a project. And if it's a project, you will be able to use the project service automation in Dynamics 365.